Good morning, dear friends. Second lesson. We're continuing the series of questions and answers. And Amona and Uli from Germany, they are asking, do we have to learn the language of the roots and branches?
Yes, we have to learn definitions. And we have to really try to stick to the words and give them another meaning. It is consistent work to take the words of the roots and the branches and give them another meaning. Okay, the spiritual meaning. And in the beginning, you only learn it. You really, Barasalam says that you have to know it.
As if it was put inside a box,
Yes.
to memorize it.
Yes, you have to be able to just take it out of the box. And it's funny, by the way, in Russian schools, that's how we learned languages. We just learned poems, on and on. Yeah, so that's how you have to learn it. You have to put it inside and then be able to just take it out when you hear the word. And with sometimes it will become internal knowledge.
Mm-hmm. And this is why we're doing it, because we want to maintain the intention during the study. And if, while we study, Baal Sulam is writing a word like light, and I imagine this fluorescent light or the light when I'm just taking some sun in the seaside or whatever, or he's saying in the Zohar, he's speaking about a donkey, and I imagine a real donkey. So I'm wasting time because I don't think in the field of the connection between us. Donkey is the will to receive, that I'm guiding it, and so on and so on. So I need to know all of these definitions by heart. And by the way, I need to know these definitions, and this is how I hope to save you some mistake that people are believing that now I should learn Hebrew. No, you don't. Just learn these definitions. We know Hebrew, for us it's worse because we feel that we know the words. So you're lucky. If you will learn these words, they will be like strange to you, and you will know only their exact use in Kabbalah. Edson from Brazil, what is the relationship between Judaism and Kabbalah, or Judaism to Kabbalah? I will try to answer it. Kabbalah was it's a science that was developed in ancient Babylonia, like 5,000 years ago by Abraham. It's a continuation of the method that Adam developed. It's after 20 generations of Abraham developed it. And after the destruction of the second temple in Israel, from this Kabbalah, since we were all fallen down from spiritual attainment, because of hatred, because things that should have happened, the three great monotheistic religions emerge from on the basis of what they understood from Kabbalah. And this is the reason for the religions. But what is the connection between Kabbalah and the religions? No connection whatsoever.
Yes, it's we will speak about it further now. Really, it's one of the topics. Yeah, it's really also one of the topics in our course, so we'll get to it closer. Andrea from Germany, how can I best overcome my cigarette addiction? Well, it's fun. You probably ask it because also in the lessons we're talking a lot about it now. I had a lot of workshops here in the group with somebody who applied the method of working in workshops on getting rid of from Kabbalah addiction. It's a very good friend, a very nice woman. So she did lots of workshops for our students here to get rid of the cigarette addiction. And really, the secret is very simple. It's just the environment. When in the moment, and this is her secret also, that's what she does, she puts you in an environment where everyone decides to quit smoking, and whenever everyone gives this mutual guarantee for each other that they will not smoke and that they will help each other overcome it, and really it puts you in a first of all in a very strong environment, in a position of shame. I cannot break it because I will make a hole in this boat of everyone. So that's all mutual guarantee is about. We will also learn about that.
There's also, it was like an exercise that Rav Lightman was participating in, and he showed everyone an example how to connect to the group, but not just to people, but to the decision that the group decided. It was just an exercise, because you can do it with the cigarettes, and you can do it with the spirituality, with life, with our life towards spirituality. This is what friends are doing. So it was now in the cigarette. Rav Lightman participated in it because he wanted to show us something, and all of the group committed to have a pact towards this. And Rav Lightman, since then, he was smoking, and he quit smoking. He wasn't even touching the cigarettes, and all of the students, our friends, failed. They returned to smoke.
No, not all.
No, some of them.
Some.
Mm-hmm.
My husband stopped.
And they asked Rav, how did he do it? And he said that he was committing to that group, to the state of the group who had committed to stop, who had committed to this pact, to this spiritual guarantee. And he's continuing to really keep this group, and he would feel like a traitor if he would go back smoking. And it's not about smoking, but it's about moving from the group's decision. And this is spirituality, how I'm connected to the vessel. So it was an interesting exercise with the smoking. I don't smoke, so I don't know what it's all about, but friends are telling that it's interesting. But let's move on to something much more actual.
Tamara from Barcelona, can the temptations also be considered desires? Yes, well, temptations are desires. This is actually a very Christian lexic. We all grew up in a world where there are bad desires and good desires. And when we have to choose, like when I have to be a good person and overcome the bad desires. And the Kabbalah doesn't speak about it at all. For the Kabbalah, all desires that are not the one desire for the spirituality are all the same. They all connect. They are all bound to this physical level we're living in, and they're all just connected to this one big thing that we call the ego, and we don't try to overcome them. This is very important, and we're talking about it a lot. We're not overcoming it. We're just strengthening the point in the heart and connecting it to other points in the heart, and eventually this point in the heart will use this big mass of the desire, the ego, in order to become stronger. Okay, but temptations and desires and will, it's all the same for us.
And also we need to have a central point, an orientation point in all of this reality, towards which we can say that something is bad or wrong. Moral is very different between cultures, religions, people. For some people, it's normal to get married when you are 12, for some nations. For others, it would be pedophilia. So we need to have one point. What is the point? The purpose of creation. So all of these temptations or not temptations, they become good or bad. If they are getting me closer to this purpose of creation, they are good. I will use them. Yes, really, like this. And if they are in my actual state, they are keeping me away from this purpose of creation, and the means also that bring in the group, the study, and so on. So for now, I'm not using these desires, but you will see that we need to use everything that we have, everything. Only not as we express it in this world, like to kill, but it will all become clearer in our thoughts and discernments.
Yes.
This is why we say, the Kabbalists are saying that everything is being cleared in the thoughts.
Yes. Martina from the UK asks, the Creator is giving me light, it gives me pleasure, and I think that I have nothing to give, but aren't feelings of affection present that I can give to the Creator? She's basically saying that I'm getting all this light and the love and the pleasure from the Creator. Can I give Him my feelings of affection? Will this be my present to Him? What do you think?
You feel that the Creator gives you pleasure and good things?
Actually, I don't.
I want to know, Martin, because I don't. The Creator, it is said of the Creator, I created only the inclination of evil. I created only evil.
We feel whenever we feel good and life is great, we thank Him, yes, for giving us that. But this is also idol worship, as we learned it in Emun Milvado, and there's no one else besides Him. Because if there's no one else besides Him, He's sending you the shit also. Meaning that if something happens to you, somebody gets sick, and if there's a situation in life that you can't come from, yet you just can't solve. If something, God save us, happens to the children, or there's mass murder or whatever, it's also Him. It's all Him. So do you really, from inside, can be able to thank Him and give him a feelings of affection? Well, if you do on this level, then we're just fanatics like anyone else in this world, and we don't want to be that. I don't think that in your feelings you can justify all that you see in life outside of you, right?
But if you can, and you want to thank the Creator, it's good. But we need to know what we want to thank Him for. That is making us getting closer to Him, and this is our pleasure, or that I won the lottery, I have now good money, good family, and these things. So, of which Creator am I thinking? Something like Santa Claus, right? Giving me presents and...
Yay!
But we don't speak badly about anything, any feelings. Whatever you feel is right. We only want to show that sometimes Creator gives us bad things. Do we thank Him as well, with the same pleasure? It's a question.
And also, who gives you those feelings? Think about that.
Also this. So,
Jessica.
our time's up. We need to move on to the next clip.